Hello, everyone. Happy December 1st. This is Lenard Guzman and Emily Robinson here on the Life After D podcast. And we're here December 1st, 2020. Lots of divorce news coming out. So, Emily, I see you're at home chilling out there. What's going on with you?
Today. Yeah, just working from home today, trying to I try to work from home a few times a week and stay home when I can. So change it up a little.
Yeah, I'm here. I changed my background to kind of so the viewers can't see my messy house. I try and do my own cleaning, and I try this thing where I do a little bit every day, and it just doesn't work. So
it's hard.
This is like the Christmas background. I try to get some ice. So yeah.
I put all the mess on that side so people can't see it. But look, this is my kids' toys everywhere. It's all toys, my whole house.
It looks like you got a band, like you have a church band going, those choirs.
Area.
Okay. Okay. All right, with that, let's I was gonna have a catchphrase. I was like, let's go bang into the divorce news today, but it didn't happen. So on this part of the show, we're gonna go over divorce news of what's going on in the world of sometimes celebrities, sometimes there's articles that come up, and we break it down. So let's see what's going on in the news today. Okay, here we go. People.com, Kelly Clarkson, because we touched on this before.
Yeah.
The headline reads, yeah, Kelly Clarkson just keeps, it seems like her professional career is just like doing really well, and stuff is, this home stuff is surprising to hear. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson awarded primary physical custody of kids amid Brandon Blackstock divorce. The court documents, which ruled in favor of Clarkson, say that she and Brandon Blackstock have a difficult time co-parenting due to issues of trust between them. Kelly Clarkson will have primary physical custody of her children. Los Angeles County judge had ruled that the stronger singer, 38, who is currently in divorce proceedings with ex-husband Brandon Blackstock, will have primary custody of their children, daughter River Rose, 6, and son Remington Alexander, 4. The court finds that under the circumstances present in this case, the interest in providing stability and continuity, butcher that word, for the minor children weighs in favor of petitioner having primary custody. The court document read, referring to Clarkson. The document adds that the level of conflict between the parents has increased. The parties have a difficult time co-parenting due to issues of trust between them. So courts, how do they favor in this? Because if it's 50-50, does it go to the moms or to the dads? How did this all work out?
I mean, I think courts tend to like 50-50, so both parents are, very involved in the children's lives. But it's not always the ideal schedule for the children. Sometimes parents' work schedules don't allow for that. Sometimes parents don't live close enough to each other to really make that schedule work. So the court has to look at all of those things. And there is not one thing that works best in all cases. It's different in every case. So in this particular case, the facts weigh in Kelly's favor for having primary custody. But we don't actually know what her husband was asking for. Maybe he didn't object. Maybe he did. Maybe he wanted primary. Maybe he wanted 50-50. It really all depends on, what people are asking for and what, the facts show. It doesn't go in favor of mom or dad. I have a lot of cases where the moms get primary custody and a lot of cases where the dads get primary custody. It just depends on your particular situation.
Okay, since we're on Kelly Clarkson, here's another thing that came out at TMZ. Kelly Clarkson wins primary custody in divorce, and then it goes dot dot. Husband wants 436,000 a month in support.
Wow.
Okay, so Brandon has just filed legal docs asking Kelly to pay him $436,000 a month, 301,000 in spousal support, and 135,000 in child support. He also wants $2 million in attorney fees. Kelly Clarkson just scored a big victory in her divorce case. The judge just awarded her primary custody of their 2 children in Los Angeles. And let's see, says here, Disso Queen Laura Wasser, who reps Kelly, argued that her client felt Brandon's position would be detrimental to kids, and the judge agreed, saying the courts find the minor children are not now and have not been residents of Montana, and that California is their home state. Although it's technically joint physical custody, Kelly will clearly get the kids the lion's share of the time, which is what she wanted. So let's stop there. So from, I think we've talked about this in the past, the spousal support and child support, there's a formula to it, right? Because
Right.
that's why it's very specific in the numbers.
Yeah, so Laura Wasser's a big time family law attorney in Los Angeles. And so it's not surprising she's Kelly's lawyer. So yeah, I mean, it is a formula. So those numbers may be accurate. Who knows? It depends what she earns. If Kelly's making $20 million a month, that may be a reasonable amount to ask for. Who knows what she's making? It really just depends. That is a lot of money, but spouses are entitled to stay in the standard of living that they're used to for a period of time. And even if she has more custody, if her income still far exceeds his income, she may still have to pay some child support, because child support is like a sliding scale. It's not like, okay, you both have 50-50, no one pays anyone anything. You still may have 50-50 and someone pays, or you may have 20-80, but the person with 80 makes way more money, so they still pay something less, but something.
God, okay, so $400,000 a month, you could, so let me ask you, so do you typically, when these arrangements go, does the spouse, because that's enough for a mortgage, like, I guess, do they usually rent a place because it's like not in their name, and it gets all weird with like legal stuff when it's something like a property's in your name?
Well, I mean, if he's getting that kind of money, he can go buy a place, because that is considered his income. And now with the law in California, well, not California, I'm sorry, the federal law, he's not taxed on any of that. So he just gets it outright. The thing is, though, spousal support is only for a period of time. So it's typically half the length of the marriage in a short-term marriage. In a marriage over 10 years, it could be longer than that, but it's not guaranteed. If Kelly stopped working, money's cut off. If something happened to Kelly, money's cut off. If Brandon remarried, money's cut off. So there's a lot of things that can affect it. So, it's wise to save it. And, the judge would still expect Brandon to work one day. He can't just bank on that for the rest of his life. So you want to be wise with the money so that you don't end up in a bad situation when the money stops.
Well, yeah, I mean, $4 million in a year ish, like, just say, even if you do for 2 years, I don't know how you would even spend all that. Okay.
But people do.
I can't imagine. I don't know what you buy, cars and cars and houses, and yeah, jets, I guess, cost a lot.
Ask Johnny Depp. I keep reading that he's just gone through all his money, and he made so much money, like from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and it's just all gone.
Okay, on to more celebrity news. This is a theme. I think celebrities just burn money somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is from E! Online. Why Megan Fox finally filed for divorce, from Brian Austin Green. Man, I watched that show, the 90210 show. Okay.
The
After,
reboot?
there's reboots there's like a Saved by the Bell reboot that
I know,
I
I'm
gotta
so
watch.
excited.
Okay, let's get to this one. Maybe something will come up in that show too. Okay, so Megan Fox now. A year after she quietly separated from longtime husband Brian Austin Green, Megan Fox has filed for divorce. Find out why she finally took action to officially end their marriage. Megan Fox is following through with her plan. On November 25th, the actress officially filed for divorce from her estranged husband, Brian Austin Green, a year after their November 2019 separation, more than 9 years after they wed in 2010. Let's see. They needed to hash out custody and figure everything out. It's been in the works, and this was always her plan, the source said. As soon as they wrapped it up, the papers were in order, she filed. They will continue with 50-50, and they have planned for holidays. Okay. Says here, Fox is currently in a relationship with rapper Machine Gun Kelly. Has moved on, the insider noted, and is looking forward to her future. Let's see. So it says here, says Green publicly confirmed on his, he has a podcast too, that they were indeed taking time and for some space. I feel like people are on paths in life sometimes, and you're on the same path and you walk that path together and things are working. He said at the times, and paths just kind of separate sometimes. I'm trying to see why they split. Okay, so let's see. In regard to the actress, unexpected remark, the source explained she reached her breaking point and has had enough of Brian's game. She is incredibly frustrated that he's trying to make her look like a bad mom and decided to call him out on it. She especially hates that he's using the kids to try and get her back. Okay, so I guess she doesn't want back and he wants. So
Yeah,
it's common, yeah.
I mean, it is common. People are always accusing each other of things and saying, you're using the kids in the middle to, you know, to trick me or to manipulate me. I mean, that's really common. Obviously, there's two sides to every story, and the truth is typically somewhere in the middle. So we never really know, but it's very common. And, with people like them, who have tons and tons of disposable income, they can afford to fight about all that stuff, whereas the rest of us usually can't.
I can't resist this next article. It's the Oliver inside Carrie. Sorry, so she has like two first names. It's kind of weird. Inside Mary Kate Olson and Oliver Sarkozy's divorce. They will face off in court on December 15th. Okay, so it says here it's an unlikely pairing from the start. Mary Kate Olson of the multi-millionaire mogul Olsen twins and former French President Nicolas Sarkozy's half-brother, Oliver, 20 years or senior, are currently in the midst of a divorce proceeding. After 8 years as a couple and 5 years as husband and wife, now is the pair prepared to face off in court on December 15th. More details are coming out about their assets, including the $13.5 million townhouse they share in New York, which is due to be on the negotiating table. The property reportedly features French and Spanish writing on the wall. Seems very expensive. So they renovated it. It cost $3 million. Let's see. Okay, so it is thought to be the it's okay. So that's, and then there's another thing here. It's the main arguing point for the divorced couple, as Olsen also has an ironclad prenup in place to protect her $250 million fortune made largely from her early acting career, endorsements, and now fashion brand. The Row, which she runs with her sister Ashley. Meanwhile, Sarkozy, a banker, is thought to be worth $60 million. Okay, let's stop there.
Wow.
So that's how is this all? Is it like I made this, you made that? Do we just cut it like that, or how does this work?
Well, it depends what their prenup says. I mean, I know that I don't think they're in California. I think they're in New York, but in California, it's all community property, so it would be cut down the middle. But if they have a prenup that says that it's not going to be divided like that, then it's not, then it's going to be divided however the prenup says. So, that for people like that usually do have a prenup and it will be very clear who gets what.
So when they say like an ironclad prenup, that's what it is. Like it's just like, hey, this is mine. How is there like footnotes in there, or how does this all work?
Well, it there's certain rules in the state that you have to follow to have it be a valid prenup. So ideally, lawyers were involved and signed off on it so that there's no legal argument why it could be, said it was invalid and the court could throw it out. I don't think anything in the law is ever ironclad, but it's probably as close to it as it could be.
Okay. Okay, so enough celebrity gossip, divorce, crazy numbers of money that it's probably, I think we talked about billions, like we reached $1 billion just in the
I think
last
so.
minute. Okay, so now for more like ordinary people topics. So in this part of the show, we go over posts that people put, that are going through divorce, asking for advice. And so Emily can kind of hear it out and maybe give some tips here and there. And so here's the first one. This person just getting started in the divorce proceedings. Should I just quit now? My husband, 47 of 16 years, is questioning his gender identity, thinks he may be a transgender woman. That's not something that I want to continue with in a relationship. This information came completely out of the blue, as he's always presented as the most conservative, masculine person imaginable. The initial plan was he was moving out after the holidays. We had agreed on a separation plan, custody, finances, the works. It is drafted and just needs to be signed. Since his disclosure in August and his starting therapy, he's actually been more pleasant to live with. And he's also wanted to be the husband he should have been all along until he leaves. He now feels more connected to me than he has since the beginning of our relationship and feels conflicted about leaving. It seems he wants to go and experiment with what his gender identity is while we're separated and leave open the possibility of returning. It all seems rather bizarre to me. I just wanted to have a plan so I could emotionally deal with whatever me and my children's new life is going to be. Do I leave open the possibility of reconciliation?
Well, it's a good question. Look, I think that's a very personal decision, and it's really up to whatever she's comfortable with. Obviously, her husband should go and explore whatever he needs to do to have a full life for himself. But, she's also got to take care of herself and her emotions. And if this isn't something she feels she can live with, she's not obligated to either. So it's really up to her. He's making his choice, and he's going to follow what he feels is the right path for him. She needs to do the same for her. And sometimes those paths come together and sometimes they're different.
Okay. Next post. Life after divorce. It does get better, I think, ... Today, for the first time, I actually made peace with my upcoming divorce. We separated in November of 18, then try to reconcile this year. It's been quite the roller coaster. I also realized today that I've been over forgiving of his behavior and made way too many excuses for him. I let him walk all over me while I did the pick me dance. It's pathetic, but I can honestly say I tried. I can say I give it all. I can finally move on knowing it's truly over. It's been a long time. I'm just really ready to admit it to myself. Who knows what tomorrow holds? Is the stages of grief are now linear. For today, I accept what's coming. I don't quite look forward to moving on yet, but I finally believe I will one day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's good to be able to talk about, how you felt and how you tried to get through it and all the things that you tried to do, because you want to know that you did try everything, and you want to know that you didn't give up and that you gave it your all, so that when you look back, you don't feel like, oh, should I have done this and that? And it sounds like she did do that. And it sounds like, now she's looking on the other side, and she's made it to the other side, and she can be inspirational for people that have, been through this as well. But yeah, it's tough, but I think that a lot of people need that kind of closure of knowing that they did everything they could.
Okay, this is the last post of the day. It's a dating one. Okay, so the dating scene, welcome back. Had my first post-divorce date tonight. However, what's with the online pics from 30 pounds ago? Man, I should know better, but forgot about all the dating revelations that need to be navigated to get to approved. Well, the good news is she didn't move in. I'm not financially obligated to support her. Half my assets aren't due on termination. I do not have to support additional children. Thought I would absolutely die for my current kiddos. How have others found dating post-divorce? Question mark.
Well, I think that's funny. And I think it is hard to get back into the dating world, but I think it's good to share your experiences of what it's like. And that is true. Like, take it lightheartedly and with a grain of salt. Like, obviously, you'll probably have to go on quite a few dates before you find the right person. But, they're not living with you. You're not married to them. It's just trial and error, like when you've dated the first time. So enjoy it and have fun.
Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. It's time for, I think, Emily to start shopping. Have you started shopping for everybody yet?
I've tried. It's mostly online shopping, but this year. But yes, I've started. My closet is full of things for people in boxes.
So you already kind of pre-shopped?
I've ordered some stuff. I still have more to
Okay.
do. What about you?
I've started. I just like thought of some people. I just made a list. So yeah, I'm getting there. So oh yeah, so let's get back to divorce stuff. So with Christmas coming, I assume that's like, children with, that's one of the good things is like they have two sets of presents. And then how are things usually, I guess, handled or during these times?
Yeah, usually like one parent will have, half the Thanksgiving week and the other one will have the other, and then the next year they'll switch. And one parent will have Christmas Eve and the other will have Christmas Day, and next year they'll switch. We try to work out plans that feel fair to everybody. Since people aren't really traveling this year, we don't have to worry about that. But a lot of people do want to travel over the holidays, so we try to build that in to the agreement as well. But this year, since people aren't traveling as much, it's mostly just, switching the days so that everybody gets some holiday time with the kids.
Okay, so we have a whole month of, I guess, Christmas themed things. So
Yeah.
tune in next week on the Life After D podcast.
Bye.
All right, bye now.